You know what you said about how these internet personalities, they can only focus on topics that give them some temporary relief from their own insecurities. Like, for example, Bobby, like all he can talk about is polygamy because his wife left him with the kids. And clearly she must have had a pretty good reason to, given that, it just happened out of nowhere, apparently. But what if that also extends to basically any topic that they all talk about, right? So we're kind of naive for the most part, thinking that these are people that just want to spread the truth and bring awareness to certain topics, create discussion. It's in good faith. But actually, that's not even the case at all. They just want to have like a therapy session for their own inner demons. So when you're talking about, why does the Quran basically boil down to just misogyny and, I should maybe say why does it boil down to just topics centered around women and the sexual appeal of women, as well as topics against homosexuality, without even any kind of practical understanding of why this is actually even a thing. It's just about the thing itself. It's not even about the occult significance of this debaucherous practice, as we can derive the knowledge behind its existence from the Quran directly. What is it meant to replicate? I think that's exactly why. That's all we see. We're just seeing people project these topics that they personally are very interested in for some reason. Very, very interested. Almost every Dawah bro is going to be talking about women not wearing hijab enough. Women are they're so scandalous. Why can't they just hide all of their private parts, hide every single aspect of themselves from us pious men? Can just only fixate on what women wear. And then strangely, the topic just shifts to homosexuality. LGBTQ. Really? Is LGBTQ such a threat that it's it warrants the entirety of Islamic, meeting of minds to talk about this? Such a difficult topic to understand. Really, it's so intimidating. Clearly, it's atheism is one thing. Even that is, in the end, so very, very unintimidating whatsoever. All of these topics are just proving to the average person, maybe doesn't know anything about the Quran, that Muslims, they don't actually get their beliefs from the Quran. They don't actually believe in the Quran. They're just there to make a name for themselves. In a essentially a ranked, it's like a profession, like a ranked hierarchy where you're promoted according to how sociopathic you are. Look no further than Ali Dawah and Muhammad Hijab. But this is on a smaller scale as well. There's, you basically have to make a personality online that you can easily fake, because it's basically it's marketed to people that are good at faking things, hypocrites. And you have to make that personality public so that you can get public donations, so you can be supported publicly through super chats, through donations. Just give me $1,000 here, I'll say whatever you want, whatever brings in the money. The money is really just kind of a token of gratitude. I'm sure there's other perks as well. But it's really, you're talking about people that are damaged goods. Like they have like unimaginable guilt about things they've done in the past, and they know who they are, and they just can never get beyond this. Those demons haunt them day and night, and their OCD rituals are basically a coping mechanism, nothing more. It has nothing to do with people that find comfort in habits and daily routines and activities. That's not at all the case. Certainly, a large portion of people, they just grow up in their own respective religions, right? They don't really believe in them much. They just are raised in communities where this is how the world is presented to them. So they obviously try to derive some benefit, not knowing much. And it is difficult to make that leap, like I'm gonna go into the wilderness and find truth and try to create a foundation. That is really it's a bold move for most people. But that's why, only a few get the ball rolling and get this get this whole revival of the Quran made into a reality. But yeah, it's essentially what you're dealing with is just the unimaginable chain of, I don't know, shame, blackmail, guilt, just very, very weak, cowardly people that can just, I don't know why it is, but it's usually tends to be younger men that can only fixate about other men the whole time. Like that's all they talk about. It's amazing. Like you imagine like there's just like some kind of like a rich discussion, rich kind of like exchange of ideas about, just like the spiritual aspects of the world, or even just, like insights from the Quran or otherwise, But no, it just boils down to women bad, men should be doing this, monastic celibacy, incel type of practice. It's very deranged, honestly, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of like its own cabal, like they all kind of make excuses for each other. They cover each other's crimes. They all have each other's backs because they're all like as thick as thieves, essentially.